our podcast. We got the whole crew on time
Yo,
this
yo.
time. We got Piero, Roger.
Yeah, yep.
How's it going?
It's going good, man.
How's your weeks?
It's been a rough start or end to the week, I should say.
Yeah.
And I feel really bad. I actually went into the office Wednesday. I thought the heat in my house was just drying my throat up. My throat was getting a little scratchy. No, I woke up Wednesday at at that point it was Thursday morning at like 3 a.m. just totally jacked up. So today is the first day I woke up and felt like better. So it's getting better
We have
for
to
sure.
pull the humidifier out
Yeah,
and start using that more. Even though we have like the whole house thing,
right.
it's still pretty dry.
Same
That area.
same here. I have the
Yeah.
humidifier on that side. So it rained, and when it rained, it got better.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe I should get a humidifier.
Oh, dude, it makes
I
all the
haven't even
difference.
thought about it.
It makes all the
Yeah?
difference. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if you're like, Wawa baby crying about a little cough. Like, just go ahead and turn the humidifier on,
No,
buddy.
dude, this was way above
Take your
when
man
baby-
card away.
Dude, it was like razor.
I got the
blades
black
in my
lung.
throat.
Baby got the little throat.
Man card removal rules. Pull out the list.
I'll
Pull
tell
out
you-
the
I'll-
list.
I'll
Thou
say
shalt
this.
not
Add
complain.
it.
Man
You're
card
right.
removed.
I am being such a baby. I'm a baby when I get sick. Like I get super like bitchy and just like putting up with me when I'm sick is it's like a child. For sure.
It's like you're allowed to lock yourself in the man cave.
But
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I'll tell
So
you a
I
story.
agree.
My brother lived in Paraguay for a while. Like he
Right.
didn't want to live in the U.S. And then he moved back here. And then my sister, for a while there, thought about moving back to Paraguay.
Mhm.
And my brother was like, "You can't move to Paraguay. Can't even sleep without a humidifier. You think you're gonna sleep in that like in there? Like you're babied here. You can't survive over there." Like I was dying.
Laying down facts.
My sister was like, "What the
It's
hell?" Like,
absolutely beautiful. If I go ahead and go back, we get our home street. Now, I
what
want
we
to
got
mention.
going on.
Sorry.
So what are we talking about today?
What do you guys got in mind? I'm game for whatever. If you let me choose, I'm going down technology
AI.
rabbit holes, AI. So I've been working. So I had some downtime. I was kind of chilling out. I actually strayed away from technology podcasts. So have you guys ever listened to the Whatever podcast?
No, what's that?
Yeah, I've seen clips from it.
Oh, dude, it totally sucked me in. Like I hate myself for it. But Jose, when you get a few minutes, it's one of those things where you gain nothing from it, but it's just interesting to watch people just argue over the most stupidest things. I shouldn't say all the topics are stupid because they're not, but just watching, like,
But
I don't know.
give me an
Watch
example,
it,
like-
you'll see what I'm saying.
Give me an example.
It's a time suck. So they were, dude. I'll and maybe this speaks to my age, but I had to Google some of the terms that they were using. They're like, oh, they're so base that they're 304s and they're this. Now, do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
No.
No, it's based
No,
on
right?
304.
Dude, so Google it when you have free time, but I don't want to go down the rabbit hole here. I'm just saying, if you get a second to check out the podcast,
wait,
it's
wait.
pretty
What,
interesting.
what do you
Did
think
you-
this podcast is?
Yeah,
Is it time
so
suck?
so hold on. So Piero, you're telling
I
me that
always
you
take
did
something
a
away
deep
from
dive.
these. Wait.
You did it-
I disagree. I always take something away.
Yeah.
Dude, where else would I learn about mouth tape and
Mouth tape. That was a good episode.
good financial books? I mean, yeah, I take away a lot from.
So
this.
you did a deep dive on millennial terminology.
Yeah, well, millennial terminology and like kind of
We're
what's going on.
Are we?
No,
Well,
No,
not
you guys
you.
are not me. I'm not
you,
part of
old
that.
man.
I am not.
I'm distinguished.
I'm definitely not a millennial. Definitely not.
I
a
use
millennial.
English words from the dictionary. I'm distinguished.
How dare
Yeah,
you.
but when are you considered millennial? What, like 2000s, right?
No,
Like after 1999, I think.
No. I'm a millennial.
What's the dates?
I gotta be a
No.
millennial.
How old are you? How old are
I'm
you?
36.
I'm Gen X, bro.
Oh,
I'm in the cool.
dude.
I'm in the cool generation.
Jose, you might actually be a millennial,
Yeah,
man.
man. I'm proud of.
Yo,
Well, what are
I'm-
you, Piero? Are you Gen X?
I'm-
No, you're not. No, you're too young for Gen X. You're Generation Y, right?
No.
Yeah, you're not Gen X. I don't think. You're only like 42, right?
Dude, I just turned 43. I'm about to turn
What,
44,
dude?
actually.
Yo, I know. I saw those
Yo,
grays
don't
coming
start.
out.
Don't start,
I did, man.
dude.
I did.
Don't start.
Yeah, listen,
I
just
think
embrace
you-
it,
I
dude.
think-
I know your back hurts and your knees hurt now. Just
Here
embrace
we go.
it.
So you put that in my head, though. I remember I was 39, right? And you made this face. You were
Best
like,
joke I played.
You were like 39, and then
Uh-oh.
you're like, "What? Yo, when you hit 40, everything starts breaking." Dude,
Yeah.
I think you planted some kind of seed, and it did something to me because sure enough, second I turned 40, like 3 months in, back starts hurting, knees are all banged up. I get injured. It lasts for like a year. It's yeah.
I've
there's
been
some
injured
truth
for
to
a
it,
whole
for
year.
sure.
I got you
Yeah.
right here. Millennials, 81 to 96.
So I was born 1980. So what's
Wait,
So I'm
So you're Generation X, 65 to 1980.
there. You go, dude.
60,
Gen X, bro.
1965.
To 1980.
80 is
So
Gen
you
X.
two
Oh, we're Gen
are
X. Yeah, dude, we're the cool
Gen
kids.
Xers,
We're cool
bro.
kids.
Gen X.
What are you, a millennial, Jose?
I'm a millennial. I am.
Jose is like old enough to be my kid.
Yo, Jose has to call his dad from now on.
Yeah, I require you to call me Mr. Napick from here on out.
As long as I don't put a Y at the end. You know, no. Yeah, I'm proud of being a millennial.
Yeah,
I
man,
stand
you're a
out.
cool millennial.
I'm a cool millennial. I
Yeah.
stand out from the all the stereotypes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's. So what are we talking about, man? Like
We're
we're totally
going
blanking
rabbit.
out here.
No, man, we're talking about our
Our
generations.
generation.
Yeah.
So Gen Z is 97 to 2012. So that's like my kids, basically one of my kids, my older. He's 2010.
So wait, this is interesting, right? So Piero did a whole deep dive on a generation's choice of kind of slang wording, right?
Yeah.
Like what they use, right? The Gen X
Oh,
word,
yeah.
like P, like what were like for Gen X, like what are some of our slang words? Being like from Philly, like we had John, right?
Groovy.
Groovy was this. I don't
John
even
was
feel
a-
like I can claim groovy because it was so strongly a '70s like term.
Yeah, no, we
65
can't.
ladies.
We can't. I
bringing it
think
back.
I think you have to do that by like the 90s.
That's groovy.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. See, we just brought it back. We just brought it back.
Well,
No.
Well,
yeah,
all right.
buddy.
So
I'm
I
bringing it back.
identify, I guess, with like the word John. Like I used it all the time. I still use it all the time.
wait, do you want to hear the word? So you got to give me a second to pull it up. But the words, the slang, the Philly slang words.
I
that
know
we used
them
to
all,
Train
man.
the bot.
We lived them all, man. Oh, you trained the bot.
Yes, dude. So I had a whole.
Does
You
it?
got to give me a second to pull it up. But I'll.
All right.
give
So
you-
while you're pulling it up, let me give the history of the word John.
Go ahead.
All right. So it originated from New York City as joint, which was at the kind of height of the hip hop movement. You heard a lot of songs had the word joint in it, and joint could mean, a place, or a thing, right? In Philadelphia, we kind of like internalized it and made it into an anything word. So when I say the word John, I could be like, Jose,
Pass me that John.
pass me that John. And it could be anything from, working out with the weights we're using downstairs, straps, a joint, a blunt. It could be a book. It could be.
A John could be anything.
It could be
Anything.
anything. And the weird part about it is that anyone who grew up in Philadelphia knows exactly how to decipher a word. Like, yo, Jose, I heard you got that new John. Let me see that John.
Yeah.
Yo,
Are you
what
going
about
over
fat?
to the John later on today?
You're robbing
That's
somebody.
what's up.
Pass me that John.
Pass me that
Run
John.
that.
Give me that John. Let me get
Wait,
that
wait,
John.
but one that fell completely out of style, like, yo, that's fat.
That's
Remember
fat.
that? Like everyone, it was
Early
like,
2000s.
I-
Yeah.
yeah.
I just feel like everyone got sensitive. Like it's fat with a pH.
Yeah, you had
Fat
to
with a
explain.
PH.
Not with
You
a F.
had to explain to people. It's like, yo, that's fat, and then it's like pH fat, pH fat.
Hey, don't insult me.
Yeah.
No,
it's
but,
like,
like,
the whole cancel culture and our generation just like blew in like
did.
basically head to head, and it's
Yeah.
like you had to explain the whole
Right.
thing of like, you know, like fat, pH fat, not fat, you know, otherwise you get canceled or like, you know.
Cancel. You gotta try to cancel me. I'm not on social media anywhere. I'm uncancelable at this point in my life. You cannot cancel me.
One visit from your boss is like, sorry, we can't
Sorry.
have this.
We're gonna have to cancel you from employment.
Yeah, from employment.
All right, some of these won't be exactly like slang terms, but like just the Philly accent, right?
Yeah.
So wooder and not water, like
Water.
W-A-T-E-R.
Water.
It's W-O-O-D-E-R, right? John, we already talked about that one. We talked tasty cakes a little bit. The link, everyone knows what the link is.
Yep.
Use guys.
Use.
That's always use guys.
You still use that?
Drawlin.
Oh, you
Drawlin.
No. It's not drawing. It's you drawn.
You,
DRAWN. You're drawn.
no.
Yo,
no,
you
you're
need to
talking about
take a
different.
hard look in the mirror right now. Like,
Well, no,
Drawing.
drawn. You be drawn.
No, trolling.
no.
Drawing.
No.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Dude,
I
grew up West Philadelphia. Right?
and I'm this
You're
is
acting out
Northeast
of
Philly. I'm
character.
telling you, when someone
you
says you're
Northeast
drawing,
Phillies
means
are
you're,
way
you're
too
acting
much
out
with
of
your
character.
pinkies up.
no, we're not. You're actually pronouncing the word properly, and that's part of the
No.
issue that Northeast Philadelphians have with that.
I grew up saying trolling.
Drawlin with an L. Wait, DRALIN.
A-W. No. D-R. Come on.
Spell it. Spell
reminds
it.
me of the it's
D-R-A-W-L-I-N.
Who taught you how to spell?
Drawlin.
that's-
Drawlin.
Drawlin.
There's too many
Like you're
syllables
out
in that
of
word,
pocket.
guys, for this to be a Philly slang word. Drawn. You drawn.
Yeah, that's
It's
exactly.
drawn, but with a DR.
Mm.
Yes.
It is with the DR. All right, without. You already know
Yeah,
what that
yeah,
is.
Oh, come on,
So
man.
explain it. Yeah.
Salty.
Yo, how?
Dude, salty's
hold
a
on.
good. Salty's a good one.
Yeah, like
I
this is
like that.
salty.
Do you ever see people get mad when someone
you're
doesn't
mad.
order with or without in like the cheapsteak line?
Oh, I
It's
had
heavy,
a friend,
man.
I had a friend that got kicked out of Pat's because he was trying to be smart ass and he was like, "Can I get a cheesesteak, no cheese with chicken?"
Yeah.
It's like, "So you want a chicken steak?" It's like, "Yeah." And he's smiling. He's like, "Get out of here."
He's like, "You're a piece of shit. Get out of here."
And then I was
No
like,
soup
"Can I
for
get
you."
2 cheesesteak?" Yeah. It's like one without cheese.
Oh, what about Old Head? Old Head was
Yeah.
No, you can't say old head. You got to say old head.
Old Head.
Old
yes.
Head.
OL.
Yeah, Old Head.
Old Head.
I say that all the
That was
time
a good
still.
one.
Like, what's
Really?
up, old head? Even work.
Really?
To
No.
Frank. I'm
No,
like,
you
what's up,
don't.
old head?
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Yeah,
Stop
I do.
pretending.
I'm not pretending.
You're pretending.
No, the old heads know. If you're an old head, you know the word old head.
You're just salty. You're too
I-
sober right now.
I now require. I would like to be referred to as the old head.
5 minutes ago, you were talking about how you're distinguished and you use dictionary words.
I do.
And now you're like, yeah, I use the word all head. It's like, get out of here. Stop
It's the Anglo-Saxon
No.
version
No.
of the dictionary.
No.
Old head, yes.
So I had to branch out because there was a ton of Philly slang, but then
Yeah.
like you got booyah. So one annoying with talk to the hand. Anybody who said
Ah,
that just
yeah,
had
he-
a punchable face.
yeah.
You know, anybody who used that
Talk to the
term,
hand because the face ain't
talk to
listening.
the hand.
Hey,
Yeah,
talk to the fist.
Yeah.
That's about
Dude.
to happen.
A
Yo,
B
that's-
C way your what was it like?
What?
You can A B C your way out of this conversation.
yeah, that's a good one. That's a good
I don't know if that was ever cool to say.
So many
The bomb?
fights. The bomb. Yeah.
The bomb. That's
I
just a
still-
thing.
I still-
yeah,
That,
that's
I
all
feel
bomb.
like that's in my top 5. Like that was a good one.
Yeah.
Yo, that's fly.
That's the bomb diggity. That's what
That's
I
fly?
That's fly.
Fly?
Yeah.
I never
Yeah.
use that one too much.
Really?
Yeah.
Home skillet? I feel like you
Nah.
use
Home
skillet.
skillet.
I heard it, but
Like, what's up, home skillet?
Nah,
Joking around?
nah.
Get the dabs? No?
No, I'm pretty sure.
Damn.
The dabs.
That meant something
Across
else
the
back
generation.
then.
The
Dabs
head-
would be like, like a cool, like a small handshake kind of thing, where it's
yeah,
just like, okay,
completely have
now
a
it's like a
different
whole
definition.
thing of like taking drugs and this stupid flying thing that kids do with their hands.
Oh, oh, no. Yeah. Dabs.
Yeah,
Dabs.
dab me
yes.
up. It'd be like,
Hey,
But
dab me
I-
up.
but I
Dab me up in the
dabs.
70s might have meant like,
Dabs.
give me a line of Coke.
Yeah.
Like,
But I said dabs,
It's-
not dabs. Dabs.
Okay, all
B's and P's are mysterious with slang, with
Yeah.
Philly slang.
Crab. That was one.
what was that?
That was more. I feel like
Cramp?
no crab.
Crab?
Yeah,
Like at the beach?
Like dudes
Like a
being
crab
a
came out of the
crab, or yeah. I feel like that's like a more West Coast kind of slang thing.
Maybe
But
I vaguely remember it.
dude, my bad. I feel like came up in the
Yeah, that's-
'90s.
That's
that
how
was
we apologize, dude. That's how
but
we
now it
apologize.
lived on.
It
I
did.
feel like the new, the new kids took it on. They were like, yeah, that's not, that's a good one. That one lived on.
I still say it.
Cool beans.
Cool beans. Yeah,
Cool beans is
Cool
a good one.
beans.
Yeah, cool beans.
You're bugging.
you bugging.
You're
Bugging.
wilding out, man. You're bugging.
Wilding out. That was a good one. I'm getting to the bottom of the list. That was really the good ones. That was really the good ones. Now I feel like I got to do a better job.
But what do you?
Booyah. Oh, so what was the whole point of this?
No,
Jose?
not what
Oh.
the whole point of this. But go ahead if you want to ramble.
So the whole point of this was, so what I was doing was I was training the bot, right, that would give us ideas for the podcast, but I wanted it to talk to us like it was a Philly native from like 1999 or something. That was the whole point of it. And it actually, it does a pretty good job. I sent you guys some of the stuff
Yeah.
yeah. So basically this thing just breaks your chops, and makes fun of you and gives you good ideas.
Yeah, but
Oh.
the whole thing with the bot thing, it's like amazing for getting resources, but at the same time, it's like when you start getting too much into it, I feel like the conversation like becomes very unnatural.
Ken, it's
think?
really good when you say talk like an Eagles fan. The first thing it says is pronounce the word Eagles with
Eagles.
Eagles, Iggles, because that's how people in Philadelphia pronounce the word.
Yo,
'Cause I
give
did
me
much
good
the same
advice. Wear like a Cowboys jersey to the next Eagles game.
Yo, you know what's unique to Philly too? Jimmy's. We all know what Jimmy's are on your ice cream.
Oh
right?
yes.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yes.
else would be like, "Who's Jimmy?" Like
Yeah.
down the street, Jimmy.
Sprinkles.
Yes, Sprinkles. Oh, Jimmy.
Rainbow
give me,
No,
sprinkles.
I
give me
would
Jimmy's on that
never.
ice cream.
Yeah.
I would never use that word.
You lose your
sprinkles,
man
ever.
card.
No,
You
I'm
lose
just-
your man card for saying
I'm
that
just
Sprinkles
explaining
out
it
in
for the
public.
rest of the world. All right.
Hey, I don't want to lose my man card. Oh, and hoagies, right? They're also unique, right? Subs.
I
are
didn't
what
figure-
everybody
I
else knows
didn't-
sub.
I didn't know that.
I
was,
didn't
like, a
realize
whole
that
thing.
until I left. Yeah, this general.
How do you
air-
keep the lunch meat inside your sandwich
No one
if you
has-
cut the whole roll in half?
Yeah.
How? Drives me insane.
right?
So I go to like Jersey Mike's. It's like a no go for me. It's mysterious
God.
to me.
Yeah.
It's a no go.
So,
And down the shore, and yo, Piero. I don't know if you understand how much you and I say yo. It's a
I
generational
think it leads
thing.
off every conversation.
When I
Yo.
walk in the office, we don't say good morning. I'm like, yo. I say it to you too. I'm like, yo, what's up? What's up? Sup.
So,
I would say it's an equivalent to hi
yeah.
at this point. Yeah.
It's a greeting.
It's like
It's
hello
a get attention. It could be
with
anything.
respect. It's like a respectful
behind it.
hello. Yeah, with respect behind it.
So when I first came here, knew no English whatsoever. This guy, I was sitting outside the house, and this guy just comes up and he's like, "Yo, what's up?" And I just like froze, did not say anything because I'm like, I don't know what to respond. I don't know what he's saying. and then he took it as offensive that I didn't reply back. And then he's like starts going like what the fuck, man? Like, yo, I asked you what's up. You respond back, you know? And I'm like, I don't know English. Like, and then he's like, oh, okay, my bad. But yeah, like I was about to get beat up because I didn't reply to what.
How hard of a transition? Because I always want, like, my father didn't like talk a lot. You know what I mean? Like he was kind of like not to me anyway. Whatever, right? But
My
so
dad
like,
talked a lot, just not to me.
just not to me for whatever reason. But so like, but I always wanted to ask him, like, coming to this country, right? Like, not knowing the language, like that must be just mind blowing. Like, totally different culture, totally different values, morals. Total, like, what's that like coming to a whole different country?
Tell you from my perspective,
Yeah.
I was 10 years old. So it was, and one, I have also I guess, the good thing for my kind of personality that I just go with the flow. So it was, you know, tough in the sense that I needed to kind of get used to it. But I got adjusted really quick. But from my sisters and my brother's perspective, we all came at the same time. It's a whole different ball game, right? So they had like established friendships. You know, they had like a whole thing, like had to leave behind and then come here. And my sister got told that she cheated on the math test because she got 100% and she just came to this country. And it's like the teacher was like, yeah, but nobody else got 100%.
You
Like,
guys suck at math in your
who
country.
did she
That's
cheat
why.
off if she cheated? You know, so
Yeah.
then they made her take the test again. You know, like and then prove that yeah, she's smart and all that stuff. And but
It's wild.
yeah,
That's just a bad
wild.
teacher.
Yeah. Well, no, I think the teacher was like defending her, but then all the students were like, you know, wilding out about it, and yeah. So that's a whole nother perspective. And then the tough part is just being different, you know, looking different, speaking different. So yeah, got beat up a lot, you know, like I came here and I immediately like drew into like hockey, like trying, like basically I was like, oh my God, hockey is like amazing. And I wanted to play it. And I found like this down the street, like street hockey kind of thing, but like kind of in the park with coaches, with teams and everything like that. And just skating back home and all this stuff is like because of how I have a hockey stick in a neighborhood that doesn't play really hockey.
No one's gonna mess with you if you skate around.
No, they mess with me.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they broke my stick. They
Oh, man, my
beat me
bad.
up.
broke your
Yeah.
I thought,
No, yeah,
I thought it was
no,
going to end like you were the tough guy.
No,
Instead,
no,
like,
not at all, man. Like, and I came home like crying and all this stuff, and my brother was like, "Let's go," and like we're gonna go through the neighborhood and try to find these guys, and he was gonna
Yeah.
beat them up for me. But
that's awesome, though, man. He had your
yeah.
back.
yeah,
Your brother.
no, yeah, he was great.
So
And- yeah, stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Like I wanted to play the trumpet or the saxophone, just carrying that around. Being different in any way whatsoever stands you out and puts you in like the target zone for, you know, for being bullied. And that's kind of I like this about this generation, that being different is like almost looked up upon, right?
Yeah.
Rather than being bullied, you know. Like it's completely different than the way that, at least where I grew up, you know, in West Philly. You know that
I don't know that bullying is even still
It's not
like a
tolerated,
thing. They
really.
take it so incredibly seriously
It should.
now.
It should.
Which
It's
they
not-
should. Yeah, no, 100%.
Unless it can
but,
get
like,
resolved the way it used to when we were kids.
Yeah.
Like, we were at kind of the tail end of like where kids could resolve differences with a fight.
Yeah.
Like, so many fights that I was in always wound up with the person who was standing on their feet offering to help the other one up, and then they would squash it. It would be done. Right? There'd be no more bad blood between the two
I
of
don't
you.
know. I saw really really bad fights.
Yeah. I mean, so did I, but like
Hey,
a lot of them ended up
Yeah. Like,
okay.
my school had like metal detectors and all this stuff, like going in.
What school did you go to?
Robert E. Lamberton.
Lambert. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
went to Fells and Frankfurt, dude.
I'm telling you,
Yeah, they're
you
rough schools, man.
Northeasters had your pinky.
Ah,
ups.
man, I was right next to
You
Kensington.
you guys were well off.
I used to I used to go to lunch. We used to walk down to lunch into Kensington pizza shops, dude. Like in high school.
Yeah.
It was bad. Like we got into anything we wanted to get into. We did anything we wanted to. Fights were a nonstop thing. It's just I was always tall, and it was no
You
one
got
messed
left alone.
for the most part. But like some smaller dudes that were really tough would be like, I'm gonna knock the big dude out, and they can. Some dudes are way tougher than me, man. Like little guys that just could, mollygag me. man.
Well, the thing is that every fight almost ended up with being like multiple against one.
Yeah, you get rolled on.
You do.
There you go. Here's a Philly term.
rolled
rolled on.
I don't know if I told this on the podcast or not, but there was one time where me and my friend were walking down the street, like we were in 6th grade, and these like 4th graders or something just riding down on their bikes, like maybe like 5 or 6 of them, and they just like kind of lean over as they're riding in front of us and just yell out like "bitch," right? And I'm like, I turn around, I flip him off. And they all just do the like just stop their bikes and get out. And I'm like, all right, that's it. It's going down, right? And I turn around and my friend is running away. And I'm like, all right, it's just me, right? And I'm like wailing on
Damn.
these 4th
Wait,
graders.
I think you used the wrong word there. My friend is running away.
Yeah,
That's
he
definitely
wasn't
not
a
a
friend.
friend if he's
not a friend. No, but like, yeah, my buddy was running away, and then I was just like wailing on these like 4th graders, like trying to defend myself and all that stuff. And I was like, and then they're like, "What the fuck?" And it was like, "Why you flip us off? Like, why you disrespect?" Blah blah. I was like, "Dude, you call me a bitch. Like, what do you expect?"
Yeah.
And then it left on that. But like, I've seen like people go to the hospital and completely like get their life ruined of fights on the streets.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can beat beat someone to their last breath.
I've seen the security guard at the school fight with students.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts. That's a culture shock.
That is.
No matter
that
how
is-
much
that's crazy.
you kind of like ingrain yourself into the culture that's a culture shock.
It is.
Or I mean, the fact that our first day in the country, we left outside and there was a cop who like chased down a guy and arrested him and then pulled out like guns and knives and all this stuff and then threw him in the back of the car, and we're like, what the hell, right?
What do we get into?
Yeah, what did we get into, right? But like, yeah, besides those kind of things, I mean, like, I got lucky, man. Like having both parents at home helped.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's one of the most important things.
having, like basically, I don't know, like there's a little bit of like, you ingrain yourself into the culture, and there's a little bit of like you take the values that you learn, at home and keep that with you.
Yeah.
And I think that helps, a lot more.
So I went to Fells for 8th grade, which I don't know if you know that school. It's like,
No.
it's kind of not in Northeast Philly. It's like moving towards like a north and northwest. So bad, right? It was such a bad school. The first 2 weeks I was there. Now, if they mix this, first off, Fells mixes middle school with high school. So
that's just
the range
recipe
of
for disaster,
It's a recipe
yeah.
for disaster. So the first 2 weeks I'm there, I'm in class, and this kid was starting with me the whole time, and he's like, kindly, it got to a crescendo, and he was like, we're fighting right outside this classroom. As soon as we get out, I'm gonna punch you right in the face. We get outside, everyone's in a circle, including the teacher, and I look at him, and the teacher's saying to everyone, let it happen. I was like, really? Let it happen? So the kid, like, he came up to me, and he was smaller than me, and he tried to hit me twice, and I was playing ice hockey at the time, so I was slightly fast, so I like moved out of the way, and I grabbed him like I knew how to fight in ice hockey by his shirt, pulled it over his head, and punched him in the face a bunch of times until he went down. I went home that day. I was like, Dad, I'm not going back to that school. It's insane. Like
Yeah.
that's
sucks.
crazy. Like I'm not going back there. Like, can I go to a normal school? Like where fighting doesn't happen in the hallway. So I switched out. But when is the last time you got rolled on? How old were you the last time you got rolled on?
Dude, I was in 7th grade. So this is a good story. So I was, I rode the bus home from school, right? And we were pulling up to my bus stop, and I lean over to my buddy, and I was like, that's so and so's brother. I was like, and he's got two of his friends here. I was like, something's about to happen, right?
Yeah.
Had no idea that they were there for me. So, dude,
You
I
saw it
walk
coming,
off
but
the
didn't know.
Dude, no idea. Dude, I get off the bus. I start to just, I dap my buddy. He starts heading because he lived in the apartments that way, so he was going the other way. I start to walk, dude. Next thing I know, they're following me, three of them, and grabs me. They want, dude. There was nothing I could do. They got a hold of me. I mean, they pummeled me really, really bad. Dude, my eye was all jacked up. Like my lip was all busted up. Like it was really, really bad. And to bring it all home, it was all over like a stupid rumor that someone just made up. Like I had said nothing, I had done nothing to nobody. It was totally, totally unexpected. Like somebody just made something up, and I mean, we ended up like piecing it up, and everyone was cool. But like having three guys, and they were a lot older than me at that. But at that point, they were actually in high school. Like it was, people that I knew, their older brothers, right?
Yeah.
So that's what made it like even worse is that they were a lot bigger than me, they were a lot stronger than me, and there was three of them, dude. Three of them. So
We
that was the last time. Seventh
I
grade.
had a scary situation. I had a girl made up that I raped her or that I tried
That's
to.
super scary.
Oh,
Yeah.
very scary. Like legally and yeah,
No,
both sides.
so what happened is that me and this other girl who we were friends with, like basically she wanted to do like her project or something, and she didn't have a computer, and so she came over my house to do her project, and then afterwards, like, like there was shit going on. I forgot what it was, but anyway, we decided to unfriend her, right? And so she got mad at that I unfriended her because now she can't go and do her projects at my house anymore, right? And because I was the only one with the computer, and she made up this fact, went to the principal. I got called in, and they're telling us like, the guy's telling me like, only reason I'm not calling the cops is because like I know your family, blah blah, blah, and I respect their blah blah. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like I have no idea what the hell's going on at this point. And then like when I get out, like there's some guys who were like, like I heard, that this happened.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
what the fuck? No, it didn't. And thank God my friend, the other girl, was there, and she was like, that is bullshit. I was there at his house when she was doing her project and all this stuff. Not a thing fucking happened.
Did she ever admit it and come
Huh?
clean?
No.
Did she ever admit?
No,
Wow,
so
she
so
stuck with
I don't
it.
know like what the hell, how it got resolved, like with the principal and all that stuff. I think maybe my friend like basically went up to the principal and told them like, the truth and all that, and they believed her and they believed me. But yeah, that was fucking scary because I have
That
pretty
was
much
very
like all
scary.
the guys like or like targeting me like to fucking beat me. If it wasn't for my other friend that was like there and saw the
Dude.
whole thing and was like, yeah, no, there was no way that happened.
Thank God, man. Could you imagine that? Like that could have went really, really bad. Couple angles,
Dude,
right?
that could have ruined my life, man.
Well, that's why I always tell like even like, and I was always this way. I was very selective about who I put myself around because like I saw some of my other friends that just put themselves around the wrong people. Just one guy that does something stupid, and now you're pulled into that whole thing. Like you got to be really careful about who you put yourself around. You
Yeah,
know,
man.
So
that's
so
yeah.
so P, you last time you got rolled on was 7th grade. Last time you
Seventh
got
grade,
rolled on was
dude.
what,
Yeah.
sixth grade?
Probably.
Dude, I was 20 years old last time I got rolled
20?
on. Yeah. I was
Oh, what
20, dude.
happened?
I was
What
at a house
happened?
party. It was like 2 years after high school, man. I was at a house
House
party in the
party.
Northeast, right? I was there, all my boys, all my friends. There was like 25 of us, a tight friend group, right? There was
What
some.
song was playing? What song was playing?
Dude, we had Wu Tang on, man.
This is
Wu
how
Tang.
we do.
And that was definitely on there. We did. My buddy was a DJ, so we had him in the backyard too. So it was all the '90s, the great '90s songs, man. But there were some guys who wanted to come in. Another group of friends wanted to come in. They weren't allowed because they always start at something. So I was always like a go between the two groups, and they called my name from outside to like talk it out. That wasn't really what was going to happen. They were just going to roll on me. So I went outside and they were like distracting me, and this dude came from across the street. I guess they think like you got to bring the whole crew for the big guy. This dude Supermaned me from across the street, hit me right behind my jaw. I thought my jaw was broken. I went down, man. And I think I told the story before, but the worst possible thing in my life happened at that moment. My girlfriend jumped on me so they would stop beating on me. And I was like, get off.
She
Yeah, I remember
saved
this.
you.
Get off. Let me get beat. Get off me right now.
Mental note.
But
That's some ammo. That's some ammo
to my
for
boys'
later.
credit, man.
Yes.
Like they came out, and there was like a fight in the backyard and one in the front, right? So after they got finished with whatever was going on back there, they came out and they were like bleeding. One of them had a broken beer bottle in her hand. I was like, "What the is going on
What's
out
going
here?"
on? Yeah.
And my one buddy was just fearless. Like he was out there. He had a rag in his mouth and like a tooth was knocked out. He was bleeding all over the rag and he was just smiling, punching guys in the face. It was he was like in his element. I was like, dude, it's like, thanks for coming, man. I appreciate you. But they was quick once everyone came out,
When I was a college, I think I told this again on the podcast. So sorry, but like I was working at a pizza shop as a delivery guy. We would go over next door to the pub.
Yeah.
And there was some like 5 Irish guys who were just like making fun of the cooks, for being Mexican or whatever. And then they were about to fight. The bartender's like, take it outside, right? And they go through the back. We go through the front, and I just stand on the corner watching this while the two cooks are like wailing at these 5 Irish guys who are like been drunk all day long, So then somebody was like, "Are you calling the cops?" And all this stuff. I'm like, I'm fucking out of here. I'm not getting part of this. I'm not, part of that and all that stuff. But like, yeah.
Well, I think everybody had that one friend that was just loved to start trouble, no matter where you went. Like you knew that one person that was just going to start problems. Like there was everyone. I feel like everyone had one of those people in their friend group, right? I mean,
I had one, but it was like he did it in like a almost a good natured way. It would kind of sort of almost backfire on him. And also too, that the friend who used to start the trouble was also the most fiercely loyal one as well.
love it.
He also like the buddy I was like, he didn't have a filter. Like if he believed something was wrong, everyone knew about it wherever they were at. He let it be known.
That's the only way to be.
And that's what happened. Like people didn't like that brutal honesty because we kind of have a passive aggressive culture in the United States. And when someone's brutally honest, especially at a young age,
Yeah.
people can't handle those ideas or those thoughts. They just
No.
look like it looks like you're talking shit when you're telling
Well,
truth.
wait. When you say getting rolled on, do you mean by like multiple people or
Kicks
just
and punches by multiple people, whether you are conscious, unconscious, on the ground, or standing up.
then seven? Then yeah.
And yeah, I was 20. It sucked. Yeah, I was like, dude, I'm still getting rolled on, man. I got to change something. Like,
Well,
what's going on here?
I didn't get rolled on, but I was at a bar because my friend's band was playing, and he was like, "Yo, come up, it's gonna be a good time, yada yada yada." So like me and like 7 other people, we drove out to the place that he was playing at, and we were having drinks or whatever, and people line up at the bar, and sometimes it's like hectic to get a drink. So the girl next to me, there's 2 of them, I bought them shots, right? Like I was buying drinks. I was, being nice, right? Well, the girl's boyfriend comes up to me. He's like, "Yo, why are you buying my girl a drink?" I was like, "I didn't mean anything by it." I was like, "I bought her friend a drink too," and I said, "5 other guys over here." So he just kind of like made this weird look at me, and then he walked away. I thought, okay, it's over. Like there's nothing. Well, so like 1:30 a.m. hits. We're heading out or whatever. All of a sudden, I'm walking back to the car, and this was a big, heavy set guy. He from behind the car. I didn't even see him there. Just cold cocked me in the side of my face, knocked me out cold. I had no idea what even happened. Like I had to, go. I like hear back from my friends, and they were like, yeah, they called the police and everything. I was like, I have no idea what the guy looks like. Like I couldn't. Nothing
You were
ever came
asleep,
about
dude,
of it.
on the ground, man.
I
You were
was
sleeping.
knocked. I was knocked out cold. Knocked me
When
out.
you don't
cold.
know it's coming, that's the time. There's the
Freaking
time to
Yeah.
get knocked
concrete
out.
and everything. Is
Yeah.
like,
No,
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah,
just
that could
saying,
be
like, you gotta be careful. Like people are crazy.
Everywhere.
Like you never know what you're walking into.
dude. Doesn't even have to be a friggin' thing. Remember when there was that whole thing of like it was cool to like knock people out, just roll up behind
yeah.
people, like a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Oh
remember
yeah,
this?
they were just going around and like punching people in the face.
My brother.
Yeah.
So my brother got one at the train station, and like he was coming
Unbelievable.
back from New York or something like that, and he just gets knocked down, and his whole face is like like
Yeah.
it was messed
That's
up.
people just.
Where is
suck.
he? Was
Like,
he
you
in the
gotta be a
city?
sucky person.
He was coming from New York, so he was like in the train station or something like that. But yeah, man. Then, dude, like that's why like I don't allow myself to be in those situations.
Yup.
That you can't. When everyone's like, "Oh, I'm gonna take the L into this." Nope. If you say the word L to me, I'm not riding it and anymore ever again. I've ridden that thing for a majority of my life, and I'm going to tell you what. Every single time I was on that L, there was a problem. Every single
time. Yeah.
Especially
If I
when it
can't
goes
drive
underground.
there-
People go nuts when the damn train goes underground, man. When it turns into a subway, the mindset changes. We're trapped. Robin Steele. Fight.
We used to take the L to from like 18th Street to to like Chinatown.
Yeah, man.
And go have lunch every Friday. And so because we took the train, the regional rail, like from the suburbs into the city, we had like the monthly card.
Yeah, man.
And so
Them
therefore we could just
tokens.
take we could just take the L for free basically because we could just use our card and go to lunch in Chinatown. But I was surrounded by like these like cold stone Soviets, like monsters.
Where'd you guys come from?
No, like they're my friends.
Wait, is that a thing? Is that a thing down there? What do
Wait, you
no,
had
no. Like
wait,
my buddies.
You had like
from-
Soviet hitmen as your
like,
friends. That's fucking
yeah,
awesome, man. You're totally and utterly safe in
they were
Philadelphia.
They were the nicest people in the world.
Doesn't matter
But
if you have
I
6'3"
No,
Soviet
no,
hard
no, it's
asses
not
flanking you.
6'3".
You're good to go, man. You're good to go.
But like it's one of those things. It's a total. I think it's like a total Soviet thing where you look at them and they just seem angry all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like having a wife that comes from like that area and all that stuff, like I know the culture, I know everything, so I can go past that and become friends with them. So at work, we had these couple of guys who were like, and they were speaking Russian and all that stuff, and I just go up to them like, "Yo, so when we're gonna get lunch?" And they were totally thrown off by it, and from there on, we just became really good friends. And but like the time before that, it was a stand-up call, and I forgot what the topic was about. But the only time I heard the guy talk was, he was like, that reminds me of my days back in the army, back in Ukraine, and all this stuff, and it like total cold face, everything like that. But I'm telling you, the nicest guy in the world, like just so nice. And it's also the same guy that I think I told this story, But like he was like, "Do you smoke?" And I was like, "No, I don't smoke." He's like, "Yeah,
You do now."
No, he says I stopped smoking when I got to the 5th grade because I started doing sports. He stopped smoking when he got to the 5th grade. And I tell this story all the time. He has a wife now that and I told that story. He's like, I don't know why he tells this story. It's a true story. I don't know why this is so funny. It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
That's the best part. Yeah.
Dude, that's hilarious. Like the way but like nicest guy in the world. So like I felt really safe going on the L. Because, like, I'm surrounded by these cold face like kind of next to me, and I'm just like making jokes, being a dumbass.
Countless times on the L, we riding with my friends would be on our way into the city or over into Camden to see a concert, and one of my friends would look at a girl who was sitting next to a guy, and he noticed it, and he's like, "You better stop looking at me like am I a girl like that?" And I would have to diffuse. I'm like, understand how about you accept the apology because there's 10 of us and one of you. I didn't care. He was like, "Let's go."
Let's go.
I was like, "All right," and it was. They never ever back down. No one ever back. That's part of the problem, and at least where I grew up in Philly, no one ever backed down.
In college,
I think that's just a man like thing, right? Like men don't. We're too prideful to back. Even if we know, like we're gonna lose. This is not a good idea. Like it's a pride thing, right? You can't.
I'm never too
you can't
prideful to be
swallow.
like, yep.
No,
Sorry,
man, I have like a spare white flag in my car. I'm all good now, man.
I'm good.
Well, I'm saying when you're younger, right? As you
Yeah,
get
yeah,
older,
yeah.
that goes away. Like look at Tyson now, right? Like he was. I mean, the guy was like an animal, right? Like he was. He'd fly off the handle at any point in time, and now he's just
opponents. He was going to eat their children.
Yeah.
Yes, dude. I mean, he was brutal.
You think
And I
that's a
love
heavy?
In your ass. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah. I'll
that
make you love
reporter,
me.
like put a straight jacket on him.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll fuck you in the ass. You come here and tell me that, blah blah blah.
Did you see the interview he did with when he was like running for governor or something?
No.
And someone brought up his rape allegations.
Yeah. He's like,
dude,
you're a
he
son
went
of a
off.
bitch. You're
He was like,
you're
"Oh,
a
you act all nice to my face."
Yeah.
He was like, "I'll knock you out right now." He's got a
Scary.
guy representing him sitting right there, and the guy's just like, "Oh man, like this is not happening." That's one of the
He's like, let's move on. Let's move on. He's like, no, we're not moving on. You're a son of a bitch, aren't you? You're a son.
Yeah.
He's just like
Watch
calling him
that.
out. Like, dude,
Watch that. Yeah.
Mike Tyson. That was
I
the whole
love
thing with
Tyson.
Rogan, right? Like
Yeah.
when he moved to Texas, he had Tyson on, and he said his table was about yay thick, right? Like the one that's here, and he said that after he had Tyson on the second time when he was preparing for his fight, and he was like a completely different person, he had his table like double the size. He says, I need more room between me and my guests because he got so scared of the way that Tyson was like in the interview.
Yeah.
Like he's like he turned like that mindset on. Like it's a fight.
Yeah.
I'm about to fight. That mindset is back on.
Yeah.
And he's like, I got scared. I had the table double the size because I need
saw
more
that,
room
yeah.
between.
Dude, he is the GOAT for sure.
Dude,
For sure.
Tyson is so good. His fights were like
were
legendary.
epic.
Phenomenal.
They were epic.
I remember watching him growing. Like I
Yeah.
remember paying the $80 on
Yeah.
pay-per-view
Oh, yeah.
to
For
watch him.
5 minutes.
For 5
the
minutes.
fight
Yeah,
was
and
so
you knew it
short.
was gonna
One
be
round.
60 seconds. It was
Yeah.
like, to go out, it's like, oh, somebody left their light on. Let me go out and get it. You know, they come back and it's like it's
Yeah.
over. You know, it's like what?
That quick.
There's
It
no
was that quick.
replay. There's no.
Yeah.
There's no. It's like okay, it's over. You know, that's it. It's like, what do you mean? Yeah, it's over.
Boxing is the heavyweight division now. Since Klitschko is champ, like they're just not heavyweights aren't that good, interesting to watch nowadays.
You think?
Okay, I mean, there's no one prolific that's out there. You know what I mean? That's like Klitschko was interesting to watch because he was so big, his reach was, and he could last. You know, he could go rounds and get pummeled, and
Let me see.
The lighter weights, though, like they were always fun to watch.
If you're really into Tyson, right?
Yeah.
A good documentary is I think it was like Steel Tempered Heart, and he goes into the whole story of his come up with like Cus D'Amato and
I saw that.
training
That
and
was good.
all the stuff that he
Yeah.
went through, like growing up out there. I mean, it was just an awesome story.
He didn't have an easy
Really, really
life, man. Like, he didn't have it
No,
easy. You know?
no, opposite,
Yep.
total opposite.
Being
I mean, you
named
take
after Tyson
yeah.
and becoming a heavy. That's ridiculous. Wow. Who was it that he fought the Tyson Fury?
Holyfield?
No. Tyson
Oh, Fury.
Fury against the UFC fighter. What's his name?
Uh,
Versus Francis Ngannou. You know him?
Nagano. Yeah.
And
Well, no, I
Ngannou
didn't see the
knocked him
fight.
out.
I didn't. No, I didn't see it. I thought he survived.
Didn't Ngannou knock him out?
No, well, he got knocked out, but I think he ended
He
up
got
getting
up.
back up. Yeah,
Okay.
I think he got
I
back
didn't
up.
see
Yeah,
the whole fight, but yeah, that was crazy. Because you never
he's a big dude too. Jeez,
It's crazy. Like those.
could you
guys are
imagine
just
getting hit? Yeah, no.
on another level, man? Like, but yeah, the heavyweight was always in boxing. It's always like the pinnacle.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I kind of like. I think the lightweight, like flyweight, are more fun to watch because I mean they hit each other a lot. You know, they don't get tired out real quick like the heavyweights. You know, so it depends. Depends on what you
You
like.
see
You
that?
know.
I don't know the guy's name, but he's a kickboxer. He's like a kickboxing champion, and he's so much faster than everybody else. Like it's
Like
insane.
MMA or
No,
UFC?
it's like kickboxing. It's like kickboxing only.
Andrew Tate.
I don't. No. It's that he's definitely like he's just his feet are so fast. Like before, like when they try and hit him, he just effortlessly moves out of the way and then like delivers a kick to their face. Like he's so quick. It's almost unfair watching him fight. I'll find it and send it to you guys. I've never seen anyone that fast before. He's crazy fast. People try and he just like blocks them and kick. Like before they even go to throw a kick, he already kicks them in the chest. And they're already down. Like it's so quick.
Is it a Thai guy or?
Yeah, it's definitely Thai.
Oh.
Yeah, he's really
This is
really
the guy who does all the movies too, or no?
No, I don't think so.
Osaki? Is it Osaki?
I don't know his name. I just know he's like plastered all over my YouTube channel at this point in time.
Yeah, send it over.
Anytime Jose texts me and says he just came back from the gym, my YouTube algorithm knows that means jujitsu, and it starts delivering mixed martial arts videos to me.
That's my whole algorithm, man. Like jiu-jitsu, chess, and like girls. I don't know
What is
why.
it? What is
the girls?
what?
are
So
there.
what is it now? What is it now? What comes up in the feed now?
For me, for my feed
Both of
right
you.
now has it has chess, it has mixed martial arts, it has drawing techniques because I started drawing again. I started searching that, sketching. It has
Oh, check you out.
it has
All right.
it has insane sporting events. What else? Oh, it has a ton. I have a ton of Elden Ring videos in there too.
Yeah, same,
Like,
same.
the gamut's all over the place. There's some Rogan sprinkled in there from time to time in shorts. Oh, and then life hacks. Like for some reason, the life hacks. I don't know how they knew I needed to know those things, but I use them all the time. Like how to.
I get like videos of like guys doing plumbing, like plumbing repair.
Yeah.
I swear to God, all the time.
Did you have plumbing issues at some point? And you were like
like
Googling it up?
it's
DIY?
just like I don't know why, but I just stay there and watch like fucking guys fixing, like
This
plumbing.
old
Oh.
house.
Yeah,
That's like me. That's like me with the camping videos. Like I'll watch a guy out in the bush just like cook food and
Is it Joe
start a
Robinette?
fire.
yeah.
Oh
Joe-
yeah, all
Ne-
those
next to
bushcraft.
the river and all that
Yeah,
stuff, right?
dude. For whatever, it's super calming to me. Like I love it. I love it.
My self-reliance channel. That's a good one. That dude's just out
Yes.
there in the woods in Alaska.
Yeah, there's another guy who does like basically just drywall repairs and like handyman.
I get
kind of
those
thing.
too.
Like
They make it look so easy when
I
I
know.
try it. It's not as easy as they make
Not
it look. They're like, you need these two things. Go do it. No.
Oh my god, like it's hilarious though because I'm like watching there, and then after a while I'm like, the hell am I watching? Why am I
Yeah.
watching
What
that?
am I
What
doing?
am I
Or
doing
like
here?
every once in a while, like when I go on Reddit, not so often these days, but like I'll get stuck on like one subreddit, and it's like public freak out or like watch people die, and I'm just
You're
like,
like, what am I doing? With my
and after
life?
the
Yeah.
like 10th one, I'm like, oh my god, I gotta stop this. This
gotta
is
go, I have to be
ridiculous.
productive.
It's like, oh. It's not even.
I'm big on Reddit. I absolutely love Reddit. Like if I say I
Really?
do social media, that is my dude. I learned so many things on Reddit. Like yeah, Raj, I feel. Do you use Reddit at all?
I do regularly.
You do now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regularly.
No, I love
always
it.
on Reddit.
Love it. What's your favorite subs?
It's
one.
a research tool for me. Like it's where I find
Right?
new information. Like the people, and so if I can't find it, so if it's not easy for me to find, Reddit has it.
Futurism and the Singularity. I would say that those are
They're
my
your
top.
faves.
Yeah, those are my top. Well, that and any of the technology ones, because I'm constantly helping people out. It's just in my nature.
That's cool, man. It's good to respond to the subreddit, help somebody out. That's how the community works.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like BJJ, of course. Funny, Joe Rogan, DevOps.
Kill Tony.
Kill
Either you guys,
Oh, I
either you
love
guys
Kill
listen to
Tony.
Kill Tony.
Yeah, I know Kill Tony.
Dude.
I don't listen to it.
Every Monday I'm in there. Every Monday, I love it.
When
I love it.
him
It's one of my
and
favorites.
the other guys start going at each other, it's hilarious.
Hilarious, dude. The way he treats Redman just kills me, man. He's so mean to. But everyone says that he's like the nicest guy in real person,
Yeah.
but he just likes being the heel. When he's like doing his showmanship kind of thing. But I love it. I love it. I a lot of comedian stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of.
Oh, I
comedian
get it.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comedians all comes to my algo.
Comedy's always been like a thing for me. I love
Yeah.
comedy. I love how like learning why things are funny and understanding
Yeah.
that piece of it.
Yeah.
There's a great episode which I don't know why they didn't do more of this, but like it's like Chris Rock, Louis C.K., Seinfeld, and Ricky Gervais on an HBO show. Look
yeah.
that up on.
Oh
it's-
yeah.
It's hilarious that whole conversation, and then they start going into why jokes are funny, and like talking about each other's jokes and everything like that. It's just hilarious. Like because it's not just like funny. It's like the comic kind of thing, like where you're just starting to like go into the inside, and Seinfeld has this tells this joke on that I think Louis made like a while ago that's still stuck with him, and it's that whole thing of like me and my family going on vacation. I pack the car, I get the family ready, I open the door for my wife, close the door, go around the car, and to get to my side, that's my vacation. Right? And that joke for me like kills the timing of it, the slowing down and everything, and you
30 seconds are my
it's like
vacation.
me walking around the car. That's my vacation. And it just kills me. It's just like, I love like understanding timing, understanding all that stuff. For a while there, I really wanted to do stand-up comedy, and I wrote down jokes and everything like that. But yeah, just never
Jose, you got to put your name in the bucket, man.
Go kill Tony
Yeah.
in 1 minute.
Yes,
Yeah.
dude. Yes.
Gotta work on my 1 minute.
I could never do something like that. Like I just,
They're the greatest
they are
public
brutal.
speakers of all time.
Oh yeah, and they're
the
so
best public
quick.
speakers. That's what it is.
They're so quick, man. Like with the jokes,
they're
like
clever,
so
yeah.
quick. Yeah,
I had
witty.
a friend
Yeah,
who was like super quick with jokes. He could be talking about anything, and he'll throw a joke.
Raj is good. Raj is good like that. Like he's quick.
I mean,
He's
he's
quick.
all
Like
right.
sometimes, no, he's good. He's good. Like sometimes even like he'll say it, and then like 2 minutes later, I'll go. Son of a bitch.
Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. Gotcha. He's good.
That's my grandpapa, my dad. They were my grandfather. Oh man,
Freaking so many
no
chops.
one.
Yeah.
Yo, you first off, no matter what happened in life, you never got a straight answer that was serious and not funny. It was all the time riddled, and it was funny, and it was a one-liner. He was the king of one-liners. He could have full-on professional conversations based on one-line jokes. It was amazing how good he was at it. I was like,
I
wow.
love one-liners. I love like puns. Puns are hilarious
Yeah,
to me.
yeah.
I don't find them to be like low-end jokes or anything like that. I love it. But yeah, no, my buddy one time was talking to a customer, all right, and they're talking about like how on the beach they found like needles and all that stuff, and people are getting AIDS because somebody threw needles into the beach and all that stuff. And my buddy, yeah, and mind you, this is the customer. Yeah, if I'm gonna get AIDS, I'm gonna fuck a hooker. I'm not gonna fucking put a needle in the beach.
Yeah, man.
I was dying. I was like, you can't talk to the customer. Ridiculous, fuck.
You couldn't get AIDS, do it the real way.
He's like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck a hooker. I'm not gonna like.
You're gonna do it the right way.
Oh my god, I was dying, man. Like, he was so fast. But yeah, you meet these people that were just like super funny, and it's like, but yeah, I think that is all for us.
Yeah.
Wrap it up here.
Yeah, guys, it's been good as always.
Take care.
All right, talk to you guys later.
That's another Philly term. Later.
Later.